Yeah, this ain't about gossip. This ain't about noise. This is about ownership, clarity, strategy, power. Mind your business. Level up, no limits. Stop grinding in it. Start building a vision.
Hello, hey y'all. Welcome back to the final episode of the Pinnacle Mindset series. This is where the space, immersion, and living your pinnacle. Before we go anywhere, let me take a breath. Whew. Okay. That was a good one. That right there is the most radical thing that you've done for your business all week. Just take a breath, because that breath is where you come back to yourself fully, completely, and present. That's exactly where we're going and what we're talking about today. Welcome to Girl Mind Your Business. I'm your host, Cookie K, and today we're going to take time to talk about your mindset. Let me take a minute to acknowledge the journey that you've been on. In episode 1, we named that big thing, your self-loss. That's the quiet, sneaky drift away that you really don't see it coming. But you met her. You met Tiffany. We saw ourselves in her story, and we committed to paying attention. In episode 2, we went a little deeper. We broke it down for you, and we created the architecture of your 35,000 daily choices that are either building you or quietly taking you apart. That's where you learn to pause. You notice and you pivot. And now in episode 3, we get to practice the daily deep transformation of everything together. This is the Pinnacle Mindset. This is a concept of the space immersion. This is my concept that I create. And I'm going to teach it to you. So let me introduce you to something I call the space immersion. This is a regular, intentional practice, and it just gives yourself a chance to believe in who you are. Build that life and business that you need. This is your space, real space. It ain't no bubble. It ain't a day when you just already exhausted. Deliberately protecting your space so you can reconnect and realign. Now, most of us are so busy. You feel like you got to fill up every moment. You never leave room for any clarity. What? That's right. You never leave room for clarity. We always consuming, producing, responding all the time. And you lose the signal. Once you lose the signal, it's just like internet or the cable TV. When the storm blow, what? It gets fuzzy, it goes out. Might go out for a minute, sometimes it stays out longer. Sometimes the power go out and you without a signal for hours, sometimes days. Just depends on how strong that storm is. You lose all of that, then you come back live. This is how you feel. You gotta find that trend again, that thread again, every single day. But space immersion is built around 3 questions. These ain't no casual questions either. They are deep, honest questions that when you sit with them, you read over them regularly, you'll reveal a lot about yourself. And you'll see what you've been surviving on. Okay, question 1. What past wounds am I still carrying that are shaping my choices today? Woo! That's deep. Not so you can live in the past, not so you can keep the wounds open, but so you can see clearly. Because unexamined wounds don't heal. What? They don't heal. They drive. They sit in the back seat of your life, and then they steer every choice you make. Woo. You don't even have to try to bring them to the light. You holding on to them. You can't be free from it. What hurt you that you hadn't acknowledged? What story did you make up about yourself from the moment that never deserved that power? Just name it. Write it down. Get your paper. Get that journal. See it. Release it. You don't need that stuff. Now let's go to question 2. Which relationships in your life nourish you and which ones deplete you? Write this down. This is for you, nobody else. If you want to share it with somebody else, that's on you. But this is for you. This is the kind of stuff that you got to figure out before you can move forward. This question requires you to be brutally honest because some of the relationships that are depleting you are the ones that you've been in the longest. That friendship is built on history. That's not really a friendship. It's not genuine and it's not mutual growth. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. You know, some of us have that family dynamics that demand your silence, that professional relationship that take away from you and you can't get that back. Now, the truth is, who you spend consistent time with is shaping who you're becoming every day. Let me say that again. Who you spend consistent time with is shaping who you are becoming every single day. You average at least 5 people that you give access to you. So, who has access to you? And does that access serve the woman you are becoming? What? Never thought about that, had you? Some of us give people access because we feel like, oh, I've been friends with them 40 years. That's my sister. That's my cousin. That's my friend. But are they helping you grow? Question 3. What beliefs am I holding on that are limiting me? Woo! And what beliefs could I choose instead? Now that's a good one. What beliefs am I holding that are limiting me? And what beliefs could I choose instead? Whew. A belief is just a thought. That's all it is. You just keep repeating it over and over. And then you start like feeling like that's the truth. But a belief is not the truth. It's a choice, a story. It's a lens that you just feel like you can't change. What stories are you telling yourself about what you are capable of doing, about what you deserve, about how hard it is to be, about whether somebody like you can really have the life you want? What? Every single one of those stories is negotiable. Every single one of them can be rewritten. And that rewriting begins right here. You know, I had somebody tell me, I've been doing that all my life. Just because you've been doing it doesn't mean it's true. You can change that. That's the way we've always done it. In my family, oh my God, some of this stuff just really get on your nerves. You gotta want more. You gotta want to do better. You gotta want to be a better you in order to change this. But these 3 questions, if you honest with yourself and you wrote them down, that will do more for your growth than any strategy, system, or tool that you have ever encountered. Because strategy without self knowledge is just noise. That's all it is. And self knowledge, deep, honest, compassionate self knowledge is the foundation of everything. My mama used to say all the time, you can do anything you want to do if you want to do it bad enough. Now, that's where the real test is. Do you want to change? Do you want to be a better woman, person, whoever? You got to want this in order to change it. The pinnacle mindset is built on these 3 pillars all together. And in order for you to learn how to overcome this, you got to change your way of thinking, your way of being. You got to not let it be a one time thing. You got to unravel whatever's coiled up and you got to see it in a different light. It's just the practice of identifying what is going to create you or what is going to destroy you. It's all the actions, beliefs, and relationships that pull you. And this is real life, your real self. What patterns, whatever's keeping you uncomfortable, what stones you don't want to turn over, whatever it is causing you not to be your authentic self. The habits you keep returning to because, oh, well, that's what I'm used to. It's not painful if I don't talk about it. I'm just going to hold it in. If you unravel this, it's not destruction. It ain't going to tear your life apart. It does not matter. This is bravery. And you got to be brave to want to change whatever it is, whatever your situation, your relationship, whatever your status is. You got to be brave and say enough is enough. And it's necessary for me. Now, you got to ask yourself, does this really reflect who I am? Or is this something that I've inherited, absorbed, settled for because I didn't know I had a choice? Some of what you'll unravel will surprise you if you're honest with yourself, only if you're honest with yourself. Some of it'll hurt, some of it will finally let you see clearly. Some of it'll give you some relief. Now, some of you won't write anything down because you feel like you got it going on. That's all well and fine with me, but you might stay stuck if you don't. You can't release what you hadn't named. And you got to name the thing for real. So you got to name it, realign it, wherever it is. And once you see what ain't yours, you get to get rid of it, kick it out, reconnect, whatever it is, however you want to get rid of it. But you got to create your own values, your real vision, and your voice. You know, the one that speak from your gut, the one that you're not afraid of, the one that you don't mind saying. Who are you? Not just your social media profile. Who are you for real? Not just your elevator pitch, not just a version of you that perform in front of people. You know, a lot of people pretend with certain people. You have all these different avatars. I'm me all the time. So I don't have to pretend. I'm way past that. But who are you when you driving by yourself? When a song come on and that makes your chest stick out, or 2 o'clock in the morning when you too tired to pretend. Who are you for real? What are those rare, precious moments when you feel undeniably yourself? That woman ain't no fantasy. That's the future version of who you have become. She's already inside of you, waiting on that space, waiting on permission, waiting on your choice. Realignment is how you choose that woman every day. It might look like 5 minutes of interrupted silence before your day starts. It might look like saying no to things that would have shrunk you and feeling the power of who you can say no to. It might even look like a space where you're just honest, brave. And it might look like protecting 1 hour a week that belong entirely to your growth. Whatever that look like to you, realignment is daily, it's sacred, and it's choosing you at your highest self and your most comfortable self on purpose, with intention, with apology. And then we rise. We rise in the action, the beautiful, imperfect, necessary action. All of this is necessary because all the awareness in the world does not change your life. Action does. Woo, you didn't know that, did you? And here's the most important thing. I want you to understand that rising don't require perfection. I had to figure that out. You know, we think everything we do got to be perfect or somebody's going to talk about it. Forget it. Just do it. Be you, do you for you. You don't have to be certain a lot of times. You don't have to have it all figured out. Just take one step. Rising is one action, not 100, not an overhaul. One action that is consistent with the woman that you are becoming. Make that pitch. Write that first line. Have that conversation. Set boundaries for stuff that you've been avoiding. Start that program. Launch whatever the offer is. Send the email. Register for the course. Invest in yourself before you invest in somebody else's comfort. Every single day, every single action is a declaration. A declaration that say, I believe in myself, I trust my vision, I'm worth betting on, and I'm worth rising for. So unravel, realign, and rise. Now that's the pinnacle mindset, not a destination that you arrive in one day. It's a practice that you live every single day. Every single day. So, what are you going to do? We're going to take a moment and let you know this episode is being brought to you by Black Women's AI Network, where technology meets tenacity. and anything is possible. What if the most powerful tool in your business is not hustle, it's intelligence? Because the truth is, women are winning right now. The ones building efficient, creative powerhouse businesses without burning out or building, because Black Women's AI Network is a digital sanctuary, a powerful community built on technology and sisterhood. It's specifically for women who are ready to master artificial intelligence and use it to transform their business into something extraordinary. Now, we've been on this journey together, and I don't say this lightly. In these few minutes, we've named self loss so that many women live in, but they didn't call it by name. You have to understand how you feel and how you make daily choices, the thousands of choices. Then you construct your day the architectural way. And you have to give the practice, the space immersion practice, the pinnacle mindset that changes everything. But here's what I want you to do. And you can carry this with you through the end. After we close this podcast and the notifications start again and life picks back up, I need you to remember it's never too late to wake up from the sleepwalking of life. You ain't too far gone. You just missed your window. You have to walk straight and not veer off too far. The moment you make that turn, you'll see that what you've done right now will last always. You're not starting over. You're just starting from where you are with everything you have, everything that's around you, with every wound that made you wiser, every stumbling block that you got over. You get to bring all of that with you. The pinnacle is not a perfect life. It's not a life without struggle or uncertainty. It's a season of growth. The pinnacle mindset is a life where you're present. You get to decide your own journey and you awake your own choices. This is where you're honest in your daily relationship and you're honest with yourself. You get to unravel what is truly not you, where you realign again and again. And you get to rise over and over and over. You just keep rising so, and you reach your fullest potential for what you've always been meant to be. Now, what I need you to do before you put down that phone, and before you move on to your next, share this series, not later, right now. Text it, post it, DM, send it to one woman in your life that you know needs to hear this. You know exactly who she is. Don't wait. She needed today. Subscribe to Girl, Mind Your Business so you never miss what's coming out, because we just getting started. These conversations we're having on this podcast are deserving, and we plan to help you grow and change your life in every episode. And if you're ready to go deeper, if you're ready for the full Pinnacle Mindset experience with accountability, community, and consistent space immersion practice, there's a link. We're going to put the link in and help you rise to the occasion. So there's the link. Just make sure you click that link. And if you have any questions, I'm on all the socials. LinkedIn is the only one that I had to use my legal name, Vanessa Cade. Everywhere else, you should be able to find me at Cookie Cade, Black Woman's AI Network, and just hit me up and we will get started from there. I want to hear from you. Hit reply, send me a DM, leave a review. Tell me what was the moment in this series that hit you the hardest. What aligned actions are you taking today? I just want you to do one thing for me. Girl, mind your business. Go be great.
CEO mindset. Boss moves relentless. Cut the confusion. It's time to get intentional. You've been working overtime, still feel behind. Chasing every trend like it's the finish line. Busy all day, but the profit don't climb. That ain't a hustle issue, it's a strategy sign. Everybody talking, everybody selling. Blueprints, copy paste, but nobody telling. You the power source, you the engine. Clarity first, then scale with intention. No more guesswork, no more doubt, no more building from burnout. You don't need louder, you need a line. Stop working and start owning what's mine.